Welcome to Mind Mentor. In this video we will discuss Mendel's law. Gregor Mendel, an Austrian scientist and Augustinian friar, conducted groundbreaking experiments with pea plants in the mid-19th century. His work laid the foundation for a modern understanding of genetics and heredity. Mendel formulated three key principles or laws of inheritance, which are now known as Mendel's laws. These laws explain how traits are passed from one generation to the next and how genetic diversity arises within populations. 1. The law of segregation. It states that during the formation of gametes, sperm and egg cells, the two alleles for a given gene segregate or separate from each other, so that each gamete carries only one allele for each gene. This law has several important components. Alleles. Genes exist in different versions called alleles. For each gene, an individual inherits one allele for each parent. Homozygous and heterozygous. Individuals can be homozygous, having two identical alleles for a particular gene, or heterozygous, having two different alleles for the same gene. Dominance. In heterozygous individuals, one allele may be dominant, and the other recessive. The dominant allele determines the organism's phenotype, observable trait, while the recessive allele remains hidden unless both alleles are recessive. Mendel illustrated the law of segregation with the example of pea plants and their flower color. He found that if a plant carried one dominant allele for purple flowers, capital P, and one recessive allele for white flowers, small p, it would appear purple, pp. When these plants reproduced, the alleles segregated during gamete formation, resulting in some offspring inheriting a dominant allele from one parent and a recessive allele from the other, leading to a 3:1 ratio of purple to white flowers in the offspring. 2. The law of independent assortment. It states that the alleles for different genes segregate independently of each other during gamete formation. In other words, the inheritance of one gene's alleles does not influence the inheritance of alleles for another gene. This law can be illustrated with dihybrid crosses, where two different traits are considered simultaneously. Mendel tested the law of independent assortment by studying two traits in pea plants: seed color, yellow or green, controlled by the capital Y, small y gene, and seed texture, smooth or wrinkled, controlled by the capital S, small s gene. He found that these traits assorted independently, leading to a 9:3, 3:1 phenotypic ratio in the offspring. 3. Law of dominance. Although not explicitly one of Mendel's laws, the concept of dominance emerged from his work. According to this principle, when an individual carries two different alleles, heterozygous, for a particular gene, one allele, the dominant allele, will determine the organism's phenotype, while the other, the recessive allele, will not be expressed in the phenotype. For example, in Mendel's pea plant experiments, the allele for purple flower color, capital P, was dominant over the allele for white flower color, small p. Therefore, in plants with the genotype capital P and small p, the phenotype was purple, as the dominant allele, capital P, was expressed, while the recessive allele, small p, was not. Mendel's laws of inheritance laid the groundwork for our understanding of genetics, and they continue to be essential principles in modern biology. These laws provided a framework for explaining the inheritance of traits, the role of alleles, and the importance of genetic diversity in populations. His work was not widely recognized during his lifetime, but it became foundation to the field of genetics in the decades that followed. Thanks for watching. If you like our videos, please like and subscribe to our channel, Mind Mentor.